Next, we take you to Nigeria, where airlines say they have called off a plan to ground domestic flights. Importers at the spiraling cost of aviation fuel. It has risen almost fourfold this year, which was unsustainable according to airline operators of Nigeria. The hikes have been triggered principally by Russia's invasion of Ukraine at the end of February, but the airlines say flights will now go ahead as negotiations with the government are continuing. Earlier, I spoke with Bukola Joe Oketumbi of Channels TV.
As we all know, aviation fuel powers the aircraft. And for most airlines, that's about 40% of their operating cost. But in Nigeria, because of the fluctuating foreign exchange, the price is rising. In February, when there was the first outcry by the airline operators of Nigeria, the fuel price had moved from 190 naira per liter to about 500, 570, 600. And that was about February to about March 3rd. And at that time, the upper legislative house had called everyone to a meeting, the marketers, the National Petroleum Company, trying to chart a way forward, and said they were going to peg the price for them at 500 naira. But that did not take place. And so over last week, the airline operators of Nigeria had come out to say that they were going to shut down. And of course, that had sent like shivers down the government's spine. That's one mode of transportation in Nigeria because there is a lot of insecurity and our roads are not safe. A lot of people do not want to travel by road. They don't want to take the risk. If you're kidnapped, are you going to raise the ransom and all of that? But of course, we have a few quite poor road infrastructure here and there across the country. If the airline... I didn't hear that.
So we know that the domestic airlines have rescinded the decision to ground their flights. We know there are negotiations with the government. Are we hearing anything? What's the latest on that? And does it look like it's going to be fruitful, the negotiations with the Nigerian government?
I know at the moment there is a meeting between the parties and the lower legislative house. Whether there would be a consensus, so to speak, I'm not sure. Because what happened in February, I guess governments across Africa and even Nigeria have a way of coming to a decision, but never following through with the implementation. Because that's where the problem lies. Calling meetings and ensuring that, yes, we come to a consensus is always very easy, but will it be implemented? In February and early March, when they had that meeting, nothing came out of it. The government has said the price will be pegged at 500, but it didn't happen. Let's be hopeful that it could happen this time.
Okay. And you talk about the fact that people rely so much on domestic travel because the roads are not safe. Tell us how the Nigerian economy would be impacted if the airlines go ahead to ground flights if there is no fruitful outcome to the negotiations right now.
Okay. Like I said, the road is not very safe. In 2019, aviation was the fastest growing sector, according to our statistics record from the country. And of course, you know that aviation is a connector of people, it's a connector of goods, it's a connector of services and all of that. So that's very critical. If one of your major forms of transportation is crippled, then of course the national economy is affected. Because whether we like it or not, the airline operators pay taxes to government. And once it is out of the way, there are no tax revenue for government as well. So that's one of the critical ways. Plus, intra-country travel is going to be very limited. That road option that many people didn't want to take is what they're going to resort to. And somehow it's also going to affect the economy because, of course, the aviation is seen to be for some like, will I say luxurious? And so there are a lot of taxes that go with that form of travel. So one of the way government is going to be impacted is beyond people moving, the taxes will also be available for governments.
And as we watch the situation there in Nigeria, I guess you're wondering what's happening here in Ghana. It's a story we would explore later. Thanks for watching The Marketplace. My name is Daryl Kwao. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Goodbye.